Hello, students. I hope you are safe and healthy at your home. As I promise that I am going to repeat the chapter number 5, that is National Agricultural Policy, right? So today we are going to do National Agricultural Policy 2002. So before starting that, we are going to see the module 2 because the fifth chapter, that is National Agricultural Policy 2000, is the second module introduction part, right? So in second module, we are going to learn about the agricultural during post-reform period. What was the agricultural sector's position during this period and why we take these kinds of reforms? So we are going to see in second module everything related to the agricultural sector. So in this we have five chapters. Sorry, we have four chapters. Chapter number 5, National Agricultural Policy 2000. Chapter number 6, Agricultural Pricing. This chapter I have completed, right? So in this chapter number 5, as per your request, I'm going to do it again for you all students so that this chapter will be totally clear, right? And chapter number 7 will be agricultural finance, and the last chapter will be your agricultural marketing. So in this whole we are going to only see the agricultural sector. What is the national agricultural policy, how they decide the price of the agricultural products, from there, from where the farmer get the finance, ठीक है, and the last one, how farmers do the marketing in the market, open market, or what are the different techniques that help farmers to sell their products at a with the right techniques and at the right time. So I'm going to start with the chapter number 5, National Agricultural Policy 2000. So I'm going to start with the introduction part. The agricultural sector is the base for the development of other sector in the economy. We can say that agriculture sector is the pillar of the economy, right? We can say agricultural is the backbone of the economy. अगर एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर हमारी कंट्री में नहीं है तो शायद हम सेकेंडरी और टर्शरी सेक्टर जो है हमारा उसका भी कोई बेस शायद नहीं होगा, right? So agricultural, we can say agricultural is the backbone or it is the base for the further development in the economy, right? Then they have said that as per the during the last 2 decades, agricultural growth rate is less than the 4% per annum. It means the growth rate is very less as compared to the last few years, we can say that, right? Then since 1991, due to liberalization, right, due to liberalization, there are very improvement in the agricultural sector, and that have been done by the government, right? So many improvement is been done due to liberalization policy during 1991. Next, government have played a very important role by removing constraint faced by the agriculturist. It means जो farmers हैं उनकी जो भी परेशानी है या उनके जो भी hurdles जो आते हैं जब वो production कर रहे हों, जब वो अपने products की marketing कर रहे हों या something finance की जब problem आती है, तो when I say about farmers, तो farmers को अपना काम सब खुद करना है, right? So every day they are struggling. So what government have did it, the government have reduced that hurdles, reduced that the problem faced by agriculture or the farmer. So they have done that point. So now farmers can do cultivation or do a productivity with the less constraint faced by them, right? Now they have said that to achieve higher growth rate, right? If in agricultural sector, if the growth rate will increase, automatically the other two sector growth rate will automatically increase, right? Because as the backbone, which I've explained you in the last slide, first point. So the government have announced National Agricultural Policy on 28 July 2002, that in this policy there will be definitely the growth rate will be higher in agricultural sector, right? I think you are clear with the introduction part. Now I am moving towards the objective. What are the objective, what are the aims of national agricultural policy, right? Why we have adopted this national agricultural policy? So the first aim is to achieve the growth rate of more than 4% per annum in the agricultural sector, right? So the growth rate should be more than 4% in the agricultural sector. So the first aim for the national agricultural policy was to increase the growth rate for more than 4%, right? Next, to make efficient use of resources. I have to, or farmer have to use the resources so that he can get, or he or she can get maximum utilization of resources. Or I can say they have to make use of resources so that they will get a minimum wastage from that resources. They have to effectively, efficiently, they have to use the resources so they get maximum advantages in terms of productivity, in terms of the quality of the product, right? So they have to use the resources efficiently. Next, to introduce the required structural change. So the third objective of national agricultural policy is they are going to introduce a structural change which is required for the agricultural policy. So we are going to see that structural change in the features of the national agricultural policy for the upcoming slides, right? Next, to sustain higher growth rate with the necessary supporting services. Okay, so the first point was to increase the growth rate above 4%, right? So if there is an increase in the growth rate is above the 4%, so they have to maintain it. They have to see that the growth rate should not be below 4%, right? Besides that, they are going to provide supportive services like pricing services, like the finance services, marketing services to the farmer, right? So that the price level, the growth rate in the agricultural sector should not be reduced, or we can say that the growth rate should not be below 4%, right? So we have to maintain that, we have to sustain that. Then to bring necessary reforms. So what will be the necessary reforms we are going to see in the features of National Agricultural Policy 2000. The next objective is to achieve equity. What do you mean by equity? Equity means every farmers, whether it belong to a rich farmers, middle farmers, small farmers or marginal farmers, every farmer should be benefited from the positive change. For example, if I'm going to, for example, if not me, for example, a government want to innovate a scheme for the farmers regarding the price. So that scheme should be benefited to each and every farmers, whether it belong to the rich farmer, middle farmer, small farmer or marginal farmer. There should not be any segregation between the farmers for any of the benefits, right? So we have to treat them equally. So whatever the positive change or whatever the schemes we are going to innovate for the farmer, it has to be benefited to all. It should not get a negative impact on the few farmers. So that scheme will not be uh, it will be totally unbiased, we can say that, right? And the last one here, to make agricultural more market oriented. So we have to make agriculture sector as a market oriented. So these were the seven objectives of national agricultural policy. So the objective will be achieved with the help of private investment, right? So we can achieve this through the private investments like the agricultural research, human research development, post-harvest management, and the marketing. So we can, besides this, we can through private investment, we can develop all these parts also, or all these areas also, right? So I'm going with the features part, features of national agricultural policy. What are the features of national agricultural policy? So we have specified the main features, right, with some of the objective which has been explained in the objective of national agricultural policy 2000. So the first feature over here is to sustainable agriculture. I have to maintain the agricultural sector, or I have to maintain the agricultural land for the upcoming next generation to cultivate, right? So here, country natural resources in the best possible. So here, the country have to use the natural resources, example land, example water, rainy season, your sun. So I have to use these kind of resources in the best possible way, so that we can get maximum productivity, or we can get maximum output from that. So here we are going to emphasize. So they have special emphasis to the fertility. Fertility is in the land and soil, because if the fertility and the soil of the land is going to be decreased, right, that agricultural land will be, what we can say, it will be decreasing from the agricultural land. And at a few, after few years, or we can say after 20 to 30 years, that land may not be we can say applicable for the agricultural land, because that land doesn't have the soil, that land doesn't have the fertility. So if the land doesn't have this soil and fertility, so we cannot produce a single with a crop in that land. So we have to give that land to the industrial part, right? So we have to maintain that. How we are going to maintain that? By using a biotic technology. We have to use more we can say बोलते हैं ना घर का नुस्खा या something like that, which doesn't reduce the soil and fertility in the land, so that this will again increase the productivity of the farmer. We cannot use more chemicals, we cannot use more uh, fertilizers, right? Because ज़्यादा हम यूज़ करेंगे तो इसमें क्या होगा कि that will directly affect the land and the quality of the product also, or the crop. ठीक है, ये आया आपको समझ में? हमको इसे संभाल के रखना है, बिकॉज इट्स अ गॉड गिफ्टेड, एंड इट्स जैसा हम उसे यूज करेंगे रफ एंड टफ, वैसा वैसा वो डिक्रीज होता जाएगा इसमें. सो आई हैव टू मेंटेन दिस part, that is the natural resources. The second feature over here is the food and the nutrition securities, right? So in this, we are giving special attention to the development of new varieties of crop, which will give them a high nutrition value. this high nutrition value will give us more energy to work, right? So here, if there is a development, right, if there is a development in horticulture, if there is a development in floriculture, if there is a development in medicine plants, right, and different semi-cultural, that will somewhere or the other generate the employment for the rural people who are staying at there. So if they get through this, we can say through this methods, if the people are getting employment, ultimately it's good for them, right? Their employment level is being generated through this methods. And the next is they can export the supply. They can export the supply for animal husbandry, poultry, dairying, etc. ठीक है, which gives them priority for the export purpose, right? So this, so they have to maintain the food and the nutrition securities so that we can get highly nutritional food or the crops, right? So this was the second features of the national agricultural policy. The third one over here is the generation and transfer of technology. When I say generation and transfer of technology, they have given higher priorities to the improvement of varieties of agricultural and horticultural crops, right? So if they are giving priorities to this agricultural varieties of crops, so the research has been uh, extended, and there's a linkage between the quality and the effectiveness of research, right, and extension system. Here what they are saying, that here they are saying that there is an empower women and building their capacity and improving inputs through their technology. Here women's are being initiative, their initiative to take and building, so the input or the technology or other farming resources, so through their what we can say, through their capacity, so they can generate their own technologies, their different methods of cultivation, different methods of the inputs, right? So this we can ultimately it can generate a technology which is eco-friendly. So this is the third point of generation and the transfer of technology. Then the fourth point is the input management. Input management explain that the input which we are going to do when we are going to go for the cultivation process. The input is the seeds. What kind of seeds we are, what qualities of seeds हम जो डाल रहे हैं cultivation में, किस टाइप का क्वालिटी है, कैसे सीड्स हैं हमारे पास, वो सबसे पहले देखा जाएगा. देन हाउ मच फर्टिलाइजर्स वी आर गोइंग टू यूज, देन प्लांट प्रोटेक्शन केमिकल हम डाल रहे हैं कि नहीं डाल रहे, राइट? फॉर एग्जांपल लाइक टीडी, अभी आपको अभी न्यूज़ में बहुत आया था टीडी करके. टीडी क्या है वो? इट्स ए इंसेक्ट, ही डिस्ट्रॉय द production in the agriculture. And the number every year this TD is coming, every year. This is not the first time we have just seen it. We have seen it because there were no people surrounding over there, so the number has been come in a very large. इसीलिए हमें पता चला, वरना हर साल ही टीडी आता है एंड हर साल ये कहीं ना कहीं किसी के प्रोडक्शन को डिस्ट्रॉय करता ही करता है. बट दिस टाइम द नंबर वाज एक्चुअली वेरी 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 मोर, very large. So ultimately wherever it goes, it destroy, actually destroy all the productivity over there, right? So what kind of input I am giving while cultivating? So I should get the input at the right time, right, with the proper qualities, so that my cultivation will be at the right time, I can harvest at the right time, right? So here, advocate and timely supply of quality input, seeds, फर्टिलाइजर्स, प्लांट प्रोटेक्शन केमिकल एक्सेट्रा. ठीक है. क्रेडिट एट द लोअर रेट. So here the the credit which I am taking, the loan which farmers are taking from the money lender or from the friends or from the family members, right? The rate should be low, and the technology which they are going to use it, right, that should be eco-friendly, that should not harm uh, your environment, that should not harm people also, right? So the technology should be eco-friendly. And the last one over here is a national seed grain will be actually it is established to ensure that there is a supply of seeds, especially in that area which are affected by natural calamities. And it is again an initiative taken by the government. So they are going to supply seeds to them, the area which is being affected by natural calamities like landscape, your earthquake, your drought, something like that, right? That is the input, your fifth point of features of national agricultural policy. Sixth point is incentives for the agricultural. Okay? The government have created a favorable economic environment for increasing capital formation that will somewhere remove the or destroy समथिंग लाइक दैट कि अगर जो फार्मर्स हैं, ठीक है, फार्मर्स खुद सेव करो, खुद कैपिटल अपना अपना इंक्रीज करते जाओ, जिससे उनको बेनिफिट होगा उनके एग्रीकल्चरल में, दैट इज उनके प्रोडक्शन में, उनके कल्टीवेशन में. ठीक है. सो यहाँ पे देर इज अ पब्लिक सिस्टम, there is a public system management which will be promoting agricultural export, right? So see here, if they are going to increase capital formation, अगर उनके पास पैसे ज़्यादा हैं, if they have more money, that will benefit in the agricultural, right? Somewhere or the other it will help or benefit the manufacturer, because manufacturers are taking goods from the agricultural, right? Something called raw material we are taking from the agricultural to produce their goods. So the both should be benefited, and they are promoting, manufacturers actually promoting that agricultural products, and they are exporting it to give maximum advantages. So there is a continuous monitoring in the international price uh, which are being actually protected, right? So they are protecting agricultural product or agricultural pricing by tariff. What do you mean by tariff? Tariff is the tax rate, right? Tariff is the tax rate which we are giving during the export, right? Export or import. In both the terms, the tariff word is being used. So the tariff protection to the agricultural products. So we are protecting. There are few products in agricultural sector that there is no tariff in that. There is no tax rate if I'm going to export or import that, right? So these are the initiative for the agricultural sector. Next point of the feature is investment in agricultural. There is an acute shortage of capital, right? Farmers don't have that much capital so that they can even afford the inputs for the cultivation. They have to take loan for the cultivation process, for the input process, right? So if they had short, we can say shortage of capital, now here the public investment should be step into it to decrease the regional imbalance. Okay, how it is regional imbalance? When I say in the cities we can do uh, cultivation properly, right? We have facilities over here, but when I go to rural area we don't have facilities over there. They don't have tractors, we can say. They don't have facilities, they don't have basic incentives to be provided there. So this public investment are going to more focus on the rural areas. So this will somewhere or the other, they are going to decrease the regional imbalance created. So they are going to do a high priorities to the rural electrification, right? They are going to use the energy which are renewable resources. We can use that resources which can be renewed again and again. So here the special attentions are given to the availability and the use of irrigation of water. That is tube wells we can create over there, so that this can be help to everyone over there, right? So this is the investment in the agricultural. This is the sixth point of the features of national agricultural policy. Next is the institutional structure. In this institutional structure, they have built, they have reformed, and the strengthening of the institutional structure, they have given more attention to the land reforms, right? What do you mean by land reforms? Land reforms are the consolidation of land holding, where redistribution of surplus land. For example, there are two farmers. One farmer have 3 acres of land, and B farmer have only 1 acre of land. So in land reforms, we are going to see that the land should be somewhere or the other should be distributed equally. If someone have the surplus land, so that should be given to the other person for the cultivation process, so that other person can earn that. And the another part is here, they have recognized, and the main focus was there, women rights in the land. Women should get the rights, or we can say women should be equally share in the equally share in the, what we can say, in the land. ठीक है, वुमेन का इक्वली इतना हक बनता है जितना मेल का बनता है, ठीक है. देन द रूरल क्रेडिट, दे शुड बी प्रमोटिंग रूरल क्रेडिट. मतलब हु ऑल आर गोइंग टू गिव देम लोन. या तो उनके पास दो ऑप्शन है, मनी लेंडर के पास जाओ, बट अगेन मनी लेंडर क्या करेगा उनको, they are going to manipulate them by charging high rate of interest, right? So here we are promoting for the saving part. जितना वो ज़्यादा सेव करेंगे फ्यूचर में या आफ्टर सर्टन पीरियड ऑफ टाइम, दैट सेविंग will be converted as investment in their agricultural land only. So we are going to do that. So we can promote this rural credit in terms of, right, in terms of microcredit, self-help group. So this I'm going to explain you a little later what it is in the detail. It's going to become in the finance part, right? Then the cooperative sectors, these cooperative sectors are going to literally finance the farmers, right? So we this credit part and this cooperative sector we are going to see in the agricultural finance. That is the next chapter which I'm going to do after this, right? And this is the risk management. So here the risk management is a technology and an economic advancement. The farmer condition continue to be unstable due to natural calamities and the price fluctuation, right? There is a risk management because farmer doesn't know, or he doesn't know what will be the future. Now as for the COVID situation, we have seen that the situation is going to be worst again and again. कोविड की वजह से इतनी प्रॉब्लम्स हो रही हैं मार्केट में. एक्चुअली वी कैन से दैट प्रोडक्शन इज देयर, आउटपुट इज देयर, पीपल्स आर एक्चुअली रेडी टू सेल, but I think there is no source of, in the open market there is no scope. The people actually staying there for 3 to 4 days, but still they are not able to sell their products. That kind of difficulties they have in the, so they have to take a risk, they have to manage their risk, right? So how they are going to manage it? By, they should get minimum support price, which I have explained you in the agricultural pricing. The farmer should get minimum price that should cover the cost of the cultivation. सिंपल. अगर उनका कॉस्ट मिनिमम प्राइस में कम से कम उनका कॉस्ट कवर होना चाहिए तो कम से कम रिस्क लेंगे तो इतना तो होएगा कि इतना तो होगा कि कम से कम उनका कॉस्ट तो कवर हो जाए. तो रिस्क उठाने में भी है ना. बट इफ दे आर गोइंग टू टेक अ रिस्क. नाउ बारिश बारिश का मौसम है. बारिश का मौसम आके चला गया बट स्टिल बारिश हो रही है. तो अभी जो भी वो लोग कल्टीवेशन करने वाले हैं या जो भी अभी वो प्रोडक्शन करने वाले हैं, राइट, तो क्या उसमें, राइट, तो क्या उसमें उतना वो चीज़ रहेगा. अभी जो पूरा क्रॉप है अभी बारिश आ गई यहाँ पे तो जो जिसने जो लगाया था मतलब अगेन डिस्ट्रॉय. बिकॉज एग्रीकल्चर टोटली डिपेंड अपॉन द नेचुरल रिसोर्सेस. जो जैसा जैसा समर्स होते हैं जैसा जैसा आपका विंटर होता है वैसे वैसे उनका प्रोडक्शन होता है. सो दे आर टोटली बेस्ड ऑन द क्लाइमेट. तो उनको उतना रिस्क मैनेज करना रहता है. नेक्स्ट वन, टैक्स रिफॉर्म, राइट. सो टैक्स रिफॉर्म्स वुड बी इंट्रोड्यूस बाय आपके मशीनरी इक्विपमेंट फर्टिलाइजर्स इन पे आपका कम टैक्स होना चाहिए. विच अगेन रिलीफ फॉर द फार्मर्स. ठीक है, ये गवर्नमेंट ने इंट्रोड्यूस किया था. सो द नेक्स्ट पॉइंट ओवर हियर इज द मैनेजमेंट रिफॉर्म्स. Management reforms here explaining that the government have effectively implemented few policies with the help of central and the state government, which is again in the favor of farmers, right. Regarding the quality of the product, regarding the quality of input, so that again it will, if we are going to provide them good quality of seeds, the ultimately the output will be of the same quality but not less than that. So they have managed few reforms in the combination of central and the state government. Next, private participation. Now, when I say private participation, they have encouraged contract farming. What do you mean by contract farming? You have already been learned in the foundation course of FIBCom. So if you don't know, just revise it what it is. I am not going to explain it. I'm going to explain it later on when you are not understanding it, right? So that is a contract farming. Land leasing agreement. Land leasing means I am giving land on the rent agreement, right? So that is land leasing agreement. Technology transfer, okay, capital inflows and assured market crops production, etc. So farmer should be benefited from the seeds and as well as from the technology. So the private participation should be there to encourage all this. Private means the private investments. Yeah, that will be. And this will be the last point for the features of national agricultural policies, that the competitive approach, that is WTO, right. Under the WTO, agricultural everywhere become more liberalized with less quantitative restrictions. मतलब यहाँ पे agriculture sector has to be liberal. They should not be certain boundaries that just that should make them more rigid. मतलब they cannot do something which they feel it. So give them more space, remove the restrictions, right. So this is the competitive approach where now more international competitions are there with the agricultural product. With they have to keep in mind that there is a progressive in the quantitative restrictions on import as well as per the WTO guidelines. There should not be no more quantitative restrictions on the agricultural sector. So the new policy recommended for the commodities to protect farmers price fluctuation. It means that the agricultural price policy, what I have explained you in the last lecture, so they are going to somewhere or the other stable the price which are fluctuating, right. So these are the features of national agricultural policy. I hope you are clear with this content. So in next content again I'm going to do the implementations of the national agricultural policy, and then with the next content I'm going to do it. Okay, I hope you are clear with the features of national agricultural policy. If you have any point which has been not explained properly, और अगर आपको लगता है कि ये वापस से समझ में आना चाहिए, something like that, please do comment so that again I can do that part. ठीक है, so stay healthy and safe at your home. God bless you all.